When I was in high school, I worked 2 jobs. My boss from the first job saw me working at the second job, and I was so embarrassed. She thought I was working 2 jobs to pay for my books for college. What she didn't know is that I was working 2 jobs to help my mother pay the house note. Here I was at 16, acting like the man of the house, because there was no man in the house. I felt defined by a stereotype. At 35, I heard King's speech again and realized the shame I'd been carrying with me for all those years. I had let my fear of being judged as less than dictate who I was. King said that he hoped that the world would judge me based on the content of my character, not my skin color. And in that moment, it changed for me. I realized that I no longer had to define myself by what others thought of me. I could choose how I wanted to see myself. So for the first time, I was proud of that 16-year-old boy.
We need to stop letting other people define us.
Mullally is an original foot soldier in the March on Washington. Still a fierce advocate for the dream, she uses her publication Emotion Magazine to build up community esteem.
In our quest to be integrated rather than desegregated, we've lost who we are and what we are about.
I think it's great that we have President Obama, but on the local level, I think we're still struggling with black identity.
Dr. Donald Frisbee lives up to the standards he inherited from his father, Dr. Noble Frisbee, to be the best physician and to advance the community. Why do you think, as black people, we're still searching for our identity?
Our identity comes from study of history. And the history that we need is not, I don't think, taught in schools.
All of the HCBUs, except about 5 of them, were built by the honorable slaves starting as early as 1865.
You need to know that you can do anything that anyone else can do. And it's easy to say that, but if you can actually see it, that is very, very important.
Virginia Ali is the matriarch of one of DC's oldest black-owned and operated restaurants, Ben's Chili Bowl. This family-owned business has embraced the DC community for over 50 years, serving comfort food and inspiration.
Ben was always available to advise. He was a good motivator. We've got young men, cardiologists, dermatologists, lawyers from across this country that worked here while they were in school.
I think that's where we are today. It's everyone for themselves. You know, me. You lose that, as my father used to say, advancement of the race.
And I love people. I'm 80 years old, I'm still here most days because I want to be here, because it's fun for me. I'm energized when I walk in the door. Almost all my employees call me Mom.
You start to think of what Dr. King said and see the people who supported him. You get the effect of, well, maybe we are in this all together. You don't have to be an astronaut or so forth, but treat every person with respect and courtesy. And I think that if you treat people that way, I think that advances not only the race, but I think it advances humankind.
I saw a young lady the other day. I went to the nail salon to get my nails done, and it was a black technician who sat down, but around her neck was a necklace that said bitch. And I said, oh my God, child, you cannot define yourself like that. You're not that. You're better than that. And so she says, oh, it's just a piece of jewelry. No, what you wear, what you do, how you present yourself is part of your inner being. So I talked, and finally she says, would you like for me to take it off? And I said, yes. And so I'd achieved my purpose, for her to come to that self-realization.
My 4 little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream.
Who we are and who we become starts and ends with us. We have to encourage each other. We have to build up our families and our communities. And most importantly, we have to realize that by achieving success for ourselves, we become examples to the next generation to achieve more and dream big.